This is the most expensive city to be happy in the US. You'll need $162,000 a year. But for those who are visiting, how much will a weekend in paradise set you back? Follow along as I hit up some local recommended bars and restaurants in Santa Barbara. Budget tips such as happy hours, best eats, and free things to do are included as well. If you can't go to the south of Europe, just go to Santa Barbara. Valleys full of vineyards, nurseries, orchards, the ocean, the mountains. I guess that's why people here live longer, the average being 81. So let's taste their nature's bounty at the Santa Barbara Public Market. Here, locals grab a beer or two, along with some Asian street food, sushi, Mexican, Italian, Thai and Taiwanese-inspired noodle bowls. But among them, Corazon Cochina stands out. Led by a chef from Guadalajara, Corazon Cochina uses local ingredients to make Mexican staples full of flavor, color, and texture, even being recognized by the Michelin Guide. I got the zesty Colima ceviche with Mexican wild shrimp, succulent birria taco with braised short rib, and the ensenada taco with crispy beer-battered ling cod, and a bottle of local Pinot Noir.
There's the softness of the tortilla, handmade tortillas, and then the crispiness of the meat. And then all the sauces just come overflowing in your mouth. It's pretty flavorful.
Very, very good.
Weirdly, when locals are asked about their favorite beaches, they mention ones that are miles away, like Santa Claus Lane or Hendry's Beach. Are they just avoiding us, tourists? But they do say if you must stay close, Leadbetter Beach is great for swimming, having calmer waves than the rest. Or the East Beach, well, for pretty much everything, taking a dip, playing volleyball, paddleboarding, kayaking, or just whatever you do at the beach.
Subscribe!
And after you work up an appetite,
This one might be a little more firm. This one's really soft meat. Yeah.
seafood lovers rejoice. The Santa Barbara Channel is a treasure trove of sustainable, high-quality seafood. From white sea bass to thresher shark, king salmon, lobster to urchin, over 50 species are wild caught here, making it one of the nation's top sources for premium seafood. So, go to Stearns Wharf and reserve your spot at the Santa Barbara Shellfish Co. While waiting, shoot some oysters with cocktail sauce, horseradish, and parmesan, and take photos of the crab you're gonna eat.
Both in the king crab family.
Okay.
This is a local box crab. And
Shellfish Co., among Santa Barbara's oldest restaurants, offers generous portions, ideal for sharing. We got the bread bowl chowder, Kumamoto oysters, their famous uni with 6 pieces served atop raw scallop and lime oil, and the California king crab.
Why is this so sweet? Vivian, that was mine! It's like eating water. I've been waiting for this my whole life. People kept throwing dollars and nobody was getting it. And I'm like, wow, that's a great idea.
And you can climb up to the top and view is crazy over there.
Nice.
You ever wondered why Santa Barbara is just so pretty and neat? Uniform red roofs, tiled stairs. That's because the city mandated a Spanish colonial revival style after a brutal earthquake in 1925. So even to this day, no high-rises, and especially in downtown, they're required to have red roofs and white stucco walls. So to get the best view, go to the Courthouse. It's free to enter, also free to imagine that you're somewhere in Portugal. You can stroll around with your date, check out an ancient clock, the tiles, the artworks. You always see locals exchanging vows and kissing their single lives away. You can also get married at the Courthouse. 4 hours at the Sunken Gardens or the Palm Terrace will cost you $1,200. Or its grandiose mural room with Santa Barbara history written all over will cost you $700.
Park music.
Santa Barbara, being a culinary hotspot with all this fresh produce, has given way to awesome Asian flavors with Californian twists. Right by the Courthouse, you'll find Secret Bao, a restaurant of Peter Lee and his wife Felicia Medina that started off as an underground ghost kitchen during the pandemic, now a local's favorite joint. A diverse menu of Asian fusion that ranges from 6-hour roasted pork belly, Korean-style fried chicken with dragon sauce, and of course, 2 baos. We got pork belly bao, shrimp bao, Mama Lee's Korean grilled short ribs, hamachi poke, and some coffee.
I think it cured my hangover somehow. It's very satisfying, but very flavorful.
Another local favorite spot is the Old Mission. I'd say pack a lunch from a deli and head to this active Roman Catholic church with a large field, where locals picnic, play, watch sunsets, and sometimes host Italian street painting festivals.
Have a fucking mic on here and shit?
Some say Santa Barbara has the most bars per capita. Nightlife is pretty decent thanks to it being a college town, also with young transplants and plenty of tourists. You can go bar hopping around the Funk Zone, get your date Insta-worthy cocktails at the Tiki Bar, Test Pilot. And if you're hungry again after seafood, you can check out the food trucks here. It ranges from $4 to $5 a taco, slightly more than LA, but hey, Funk Zone is a prime real estate in this beat. Next, check out Shaker Mill on Lower State Street for sexy Cuban cocktails. Created by the minds of Test Pilot and The Good Line, it has the ambiance to the T, where you won't be able to stop sipping on its signature cocktails like the Cigar Box. Earthy and smoky with mezcal and cognac and Lapsang Souchong tea. If I had to choose just one bar in Santa Barbara, I'd drop by here. The bartender also shares some of his local favorites, such as the Wildcat and... Backstage Dueling Piano Bar is right across the street from Shaker Mill, and it hosts piano battles and DJ sets on Fridays and Saturdays, along with theme nights like country and college nights on weekdays. Pretty good deals for happy hour on Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays from 7 to 9. $5 for domestics, well drinks, and shots.
Wine industry just went nuts after that.
Well, everybody better fucking have an Alexander Payne photo and pray to him at night. Aged very well. Like, I watched it
Like a fine wine, if you will.
Alright, so how about wine tasting? I'd say just go from one tasting room to another. They're all great. Tastings usually range from $15 to $25 per person, and it's always fun and eclectic like this one. Rincon Mountain Winery is a little east of Santa Barbara, just off 101. Stocked with vinyl records from the owner's personal collection, their wines are as eclectic as their decor. Intense cabs with oak and dark fruits to refreshing rosé, their wines were pretty impressive. Alright, let's crunch some numbers. For just a room in an Airbnb in the center, expect to pay as much as $200. Even rundown motels can charge you that much. And if you don't book your accommodation in advance, you'll end up paying around $400 like we did. A Santa Barbara overnight trip can easily cost you around $700 to $1,000 per couple, or around $400 per person. Of course, it could be much lower if you're hitting taco stands, being a beach bum, overdosing on sunscreen. So be warned, even though Santa Barbara is a small town, it's surprisingly easy to spend like you're in a big city. But what's free are my videos. If you found this one helpful, just drop a like and explore my other videos in California.